It is official that this is the end of Chapter 2 of Fortnite Battle Royale. So I thought there's no better way than to end this chapter by ranking every season from best to worst. Let's get into it. Just a disclaimer, all this is my personal opinion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comment section whether or not you will agree with my rankings, and let me know your personal ranking in the comment section. I can't wait to read your comments. So let's start, we won't go in order, so let's start with Season 2. My personal favorite. Season 2 has got to be an automatic A. Season 2 had the addition of many cool POIs. For example, there was the shark, the agency, and even the addition of my personal favorite, the yacht. There were also many cool characters like Deadpool, Midas, Meowskulls, and many more. I'm sure you guys know for yourself. I think it's definitely one of the best seasons, not only in Chapter 2, but in the entire world of Fortnite. Next up, let's go all the way over to our current season, Season 8. Season 8 is a pretty average season for me. No, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I didn't play much of it due to the fact that I had exams, but I think I'll rate it a solid C. Of course, it's going to be the last ever season in this map before we go over to Chapter 3. So why do I rank it C? I think that they brought back many things like shadow bombs, slipstreams, and stuff like that. But at the same time, there's not really much new stuff, and the updates were pretty bland. But you can't really blame them. It is the last season of this chapter, and I can't wait for Chapter 3. Let's go over to Season 4, which I'm gonna rank a solid B. I'm not the biggest fan of this season. I think it was a good season. It wasn't the best, but at the same time, it wasn't the worst. There was the addition of sand, so there was a big map change with sand, and also, yeah, I think it was a lot of fun. My favorite POI, not an actual POI, but my favorite place was Bardaban. Yes, if you guys know, you know. It was an absolute laugh, and I absolutely loved it. Like I've said, it's not the best season, but at the same time, I think it's a pretty solid season, and yeah, that's what you expect from a good Fortnite season. Next up, let's go over to the next one, Season 5. Season 5, for me personally, it's a C, but I think this is pretty popular amongst the Fortnite community because of the Avengers collab. Yes, the entire season was based on Marvel Avengers. If you're a Marvel Avengers fan, I think this is definitely an A for you. But for someone like me who's not really the biggest fan of Avengers, it's gonna be a solid C. There was the addition of Stark Industries, which was again a massive map change in the center of the map. Roll this clip where I actually had a massive fall and where I had a massive L. Yeah, that happened. Next up, Season 6, which is the primal season. This is going straight in D for me. This has to be the worst season of Fortnite history. Not even in Chapter 2, but in Chapter 1 as well. Why do I say that? There was an addition of something unique, which was crafting. It was a new system in the game, but personally, I wasn't a massive fan of it, and I think most of the Fortnite community can agree with me. The loot pool that we were very commonly used to was pretty much gone. About half of it was gone, and we had to do crafting to get. I remember making a video how to get a proper pump in it because it was so hard to find a normal weapon during this season. I really wasn't a massive fan of it. I was pretty excited when I saw the one of the POIs, which looked like a place in Brazil, and Neymar was added in this season, which is pretty cool, I would say, but I'm not really a fan of it. Honestly, it's the worst season in Fortnite history. I'm sorry. Next up, we have Season 3, the season where the map was flooded. I'm gonna rate this a solid B. The whole entire map was flooded, which was something new because we had never experienced something like that before. It was pretty annoying at times that every week the water level reduced and yeah, unfortunately, I expected maybe some of the POIs to be damaged due to the fact that it was flooded, but didn't seem like it. But yeah, I think it was a pretty solid season, as I've said for almost every other season. But yeah, if I'm not wrong, there was the addition of choppers, which was pretty cool. I really liked the addition of choppers. It's another way of, another form of mobility, which is really good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are left with 2 more seasons. Let's go over to the first ever season of Chapter 2. For me, this is going to be a B. Why do I say that? So basically, you know, Chapter 1 was, everybody wants to go back to the Chapter 1 map, don't they? But Season X was really, you could say, was the worst season of Chapter 1. Not many people were fan of it. There were addition of brutes, Max as they call it, and the map was pretty damaged. So it was very refreshing having an entire new map, new graphics, the addition of new mechanics like swimming, like having boats, and even fishing. So I think that was really refreshing, and we all needed a new map and something new to look forward to. However, it did last pretty long, and it did get pretty boring because there were not many map changes then. But you know what, I'm not complaining. I think it was a pretty decent season, but season 2 definitely made up for the lack of content in season 1. And like that, ladies and gentlemen, we go on to the last ever season, which is not the last season we have left, which was season 7, which I want to rate as is either a C or a D for me. I think it's a D for me. I'm not really a massive fan of it. You know, there were the addition of Mothership and Aliens. You know, if you're into that, I'm sure you have liked the season, but personally, not for me. The addition of aliens were really annoying. Motherships flying all over you. Overall, I would say that the chapter 2 map was one that we won't forget. It had its ups and downs, and it was definitely one that I will miss once we got to chapter 3. Especially because it was during the quarantine period. Many people were gaming non-stop, and yeah, it definitely will be nostalgic in the years to come. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you for more chapter 3 content.